Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Sports Fellas.
We are back.
All right. I am excited. So we got in the house.
Nice to be back in the booth. This is Eric.
And it's your boy, Tristan.
And this is your host, Carlos. And also, let's go ahead and say we got the people behind the scenes. We have Eric in the house.
Hello.
This guy. Man, that was a long link. But it's okay, you guys. We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there. All right. So we are in week 15. A lot of surprises. A lot of news to talk about as well. So we will break down each game, and also we will pick as well. So let's go ahead. Let's start off with the AFC West battling the AFC North. So we have the Las Vegas struggling Raiders visiting the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to start this off with you, Eric. The Raiders right now look terrible.
This is true.
They're making a joke out of themselves, and instead of staying focused and playing football and taking care of business, they're just going out there being clowns. And no offense to the Raider Nation, especially you, Don. You know we're friends. You know this. Don't get sensitive. And my boy Brandon. But the thing is, you guys are not playing good. You guys are now falling behind. And now you're going to go against the Browns teams that are wanting to get in. They are just so close to getting into the playoffs. So, Eric, tell me who you got and why.
So at the beginning of the week, I had the Browns winning this game. But since all that news came out with Baker having COVID, the coach having COVID, a whole bunch of other players on the team having COVID, I think the Raiders have a chance if these guys don't pass protocol. Now, they have a few days, right, Tristan, to get a couple of positive or negative tests to play. Mm-hmm. So I think the Raiders have a chance, but if Baker's playing and everybody else clears protocol, this is the Browns win for sure.
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Browns on this one. The Raiders just are not looking good and, made a fool of themselves against my Chiefs, man. Love to see that game. And they have been a dumpster fire. And the Browns, they just came off a win against the Ravens. Pretty close win. So I see them going in and beating the Raiders this week.
It's real simple. They're in the dog pound. It's the Browns. I'm still questioning Baker Mayfield. So it was discussed before that it was Odell the problem. Odell was the problem. But Odell's having success in Los Angeles with the Rams with Matthew Stafford. And right now, Baker Mayfield has to step up. This is the stretch of the games. I feel there will be a little redemption if they make a wild card spot. Or even maybe the division. I mean, because they're right now, the Ravens are just down one. Because right now, Cincinnati has hope. You just gave my boy Eric's team, the Steelers, hope.
The door's wide open.
It's the AFC North is for the taking if the Ravens don't get it together. But we'll talk about them shortly. But in the meantime, yes, I agree. It's going to be the Browns. The Browns look like they're more determined that they want to win. If the Raiders do win, that's just for the fact that they got it together. But if the way that they've been playing lately, I just don't see them beating the Browns. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next game. This is going to be an interesting game. This is going to be a Saturday game. It is the New England Patriots going to Indy to play my team, my friend's team, Cole Kirkbride and the family, also Kyle in the house.
Shout out to Kyle.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Kyle. We're thinking about you, buddy. The Colts. So, Tristan, so New England's on a hot streak right now. They are on a awesome hot streak. And overall, the mastermind, Bill Belichick. Now, real quick, I want to apologize to all the Patriot fans because it was brought to my attention that I called Mr. Bill Belichick the shepherd of the devil. So, I apologize to everyone that I offended. I am so sorry.
Carlos, just refer to him as the chess master.
Yes.
That's all you got.
The ring master. He's
master, yeah.
Yes. I still think he's in the Illuminati, but we'll just leave it there. But anyways, they are playing some football that is just dangerous. That is dangerous. We wrote them off like, oh, hey, he's missing Tom Brady. Oh, what were you thinking? Robert Kraft, the owner, and Bill Belichick. You see, it was all Tom. Well, guess what?
They're back.
And so right now, Indy's in a real good position right now. If they can capitalize on this win, literally they're that much closer to get into the wild card or even take the AFC South. because Tennessee, they're
In shambles.
depleted. They're depleted in
struggling,
injuries.
yeah.
So I'm gonna start this off with you, Tristan. Who are you taking and why?
This is an interesting one. I feel like the Colts are the underdogs just because the Patriots are on fire. They look good. Every aspect of their offense looks great. Mac Jones, one of the PFF has him as like the second-ranked rookie this year, and like he's just on fire. He has those receivers. Jacoby Myers has been doing really good, stepping up, and then Damian Harris. Like every aspect of their offense has been looking good to me. And their defense, it's all right. It's not the best, but it gets the job done, and they make stops. But the Colts, man, I'm gonna go with the Colts, and it's simply because I don't know if the Patriots will be able to stop Jonathan Taylor. Not only that, Carson Wentz and his receivers, Michael Pittman and everybody else, they've been doing pretty good too. They've been showing out. Earlier in the season, I was talking about how the Colts relied on Jonathan Taylor, but I feel like they've proved that they can also pass. They don't need him to just run the ball for them. So I'm going to go with the Colts because, man, I love Jonathan Taylor in that backfield, and I have high hopes that their offense will make something happen.
Eric?
It's tough. It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's great. Carson Wentz is playing some of his best football. Again, Carson Wentz of old. I just don't think they can beat the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick is going to take Jonathan Taylor out of the game. He's going to stack the box and make Carson Wentz beat him with his arm. Trust his corners. And when Bill Belichick takes a star player away, it's hard for a team to rebound from that. So I got the Patriots, Carlos.
Here's the thing, Eric. It was one of the Colts linebackers made a comment saying that Mac Jones reacted to his comment when the Colts linebacker said that he was going to make the Patriots offense one-dimensional. Now, first of all, if you're going to make the Patriots one-dimensional, right now their run game has been spectacular.
Mac Jones was 2 for 3 last game, and they won.
Yeah.
So
Against the
I
Bills.
would be really cautious of what you're saying. And these games go back in Manning and Tom Brady were going at it, and it's always been interesting to seeing these two play. And the thing is with what's the coach again? Frank Wright. Frank Wright has got to get Carson Wentz and Jonathan Taylor and get the guys involved with Michael Pittman and also T.Y. Hilton. Use him, even though he's getting up there, but still make him useful. Get Jack Doyle involved. Let's bring in dual tight end systems. I don't know, you name it. We just got to do is if you're going to beat the Patriots, you have to bring everything because the Patriots, if you just give them just a little bit of a leeway, they're going to expose you and they're going to beat you. So you got the Colts.
Yep.
You're taking the Patriots.
So you got
And I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts.
Okay.
This one's for you, Kyle.
Shout
and
out to
Cole.
Kyle.
This one's for you, man, because overall, the Colts are at home. It's going to be the intensity for them is needed because right now Buffalo in the AFC East, they're struggling. So New England, if they take one step back in the game, you're going to give hope to the Bills. But if the Bills don't capitalize, then New England's going to still be the division winner.
Mm-hmm.
But they still want to hold on to that number one seed.
Bro, I need the Colts to win so my Chiefs can take that seed.
This guy. But anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's move on. See, there you go again, Tristan. There you go again.
Hey, bro, this week everything's going to align for the Chiefs, I'm telling you.
All right. Well, we'll talk about them here shortly. So now we have the AFC South divisional winners right now. They're on the lead, not winners, but they're in the lead. The Tennessee Titans visiting Eric's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm going to start this off with you, Eric. So the Steelers. Okay, so let's just go ahead and just break it down a little bit. Break it down a little bit. Just break it down.
Fundamental mistakes,
Okay.
all right?
All right,
Fundamental
so
mistakes.
we know that Ben is on this world tour saying goodbye.
Yep.
Little Boys to Men
About
songs.
time.
It's kind of a little serenade. Just
Remember what I said beginning of the year? I said he should have been gone 2 years ago. I will stand on that.
Let's go ahead and let's he's going to do that.
Yeah.
Najee Harris is up and coming.
Rookie of the year.
Washington has stepped up a lot. The wide receiver at Washington, but
Yep.
now I'm concerned about Chase Claypool. He makes some boneheaded moves sometimes.
Awareness, right? Madden awareness. He's losing points. He's not going to do good next year. All right, Madden awareness. But I mean, he is still young. He has to have situational awareness. He's still young. I'll give him that. But I bet he won't make that mistake again.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Tomlin got in his ear. Right? Steelers Nation.
I saw it.
Steelers Nation was mad about that. Now, the Viking guy shouldn't have kicked the ball. I'm going to throw that out there. That took about 4 seconds, but you have to know the game situation. These games come down to mere seconds. So that could have cost us the game because that could have been 2 plays. Hey, everybody makes a mistake. He's human. He's going to learn from it, get better from it, and the Steelers will be better for it.
So now that you're saying that, who you got?
I got my Steelers at home at Heinz Field. It's a hard place to win, especially this time of the year. It's going to be windy, probably. And I just believe that the Steelers, Ben doesn't want to lose any more home games.
Man, I got to go with the Steelers as well on this one.
What?
Yeah. If they play how they did in that second half, it should be no problem. They played great. They had like, I don't know how many.
21 points. And
yeah, 21 points, like 300 yards of offense. Something like that, some crazy number. But if they play like they did in the second half against the Titans, I think they'll have no problem because the Titans, I mean, they're not doing bad, but you can tell they're still struggling. They're not the same team they were at the beginning of the year. So, yeah, I'm going with the Steelers on this one.
Same. It's just the simple fact is that the weaponry that Tennessee has is just not going to be enough caliber to go against Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, when they're at home, the defense can get rowdy. We know this.
Hey,
so,
T.J. Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick, Devin Bush, the list goes on and on.
Do you still feel that when they play Baltimore again, do you feel that your team's going to go into the playoffs? You still have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think there's a chance. It just depends on which team is going to show up. Because, that divisional game, it doesn't matter what the records are. That's a tough game. Baltimore and the Steelers, that's a classic game. And then when we play the Chiefs again, it's going to be a tough game too. The defense is going to have to be on their heels, But it all depends if we're rolling or not.
All right. Well, let's don't hype it too much because then Driston's going to start ranting about the Chiefs.
Amen.
All right. So we all agree it's going to be the Steelers. So
Yep.
let's go ahead and move on. So we're going to have the Carolina Panthers visiting the Buffalo Bills. Now this is pretty interesting for the simple fact that Cam Newton, we were excited a couple weeks ago. There was a change in the atmosphere. He got that win in Arizona, and then it depleted like my stock funds. It was just dropping. Mm-hmm. And with Christian McCaffrey out, at the same token, some players have risen to the occasion. Robbie Anderson, he's starting to get a little bit more involved. DJ Moore, he's been consistent. DJ Moore. Mm. And Hubbard, he's all right running back. But overall, they're going against a Buffalo Bills team that, again, we thought that they were going to turn the tide around. I mean, they beat the Chiefs. They were giving everybody a hard time. I'm thinking, they're for real. And now lately, they've been struggling. So, Driston, who are you taking and why? I'm
taking the Bills, man. The Bills, last 2 weeks, 2 losses, but those are against top teams in both the NFC and the AFC, so understandable. They've still been playing great football, and the Panthers are just they're another team that's in just shambles. I don't know what's going on down there. They're just not doing good. I don't see them beating the Bills this week.
I also have the Bills. I saw the way Josh Allen looked after he was that close to beating Tom Brady, and he saw like I'm in this game. Like I am as good as this guy is. So I think he's going to come off that loss refocused, and they're going to put it on the Panthers.
This is going to be interesting because the thing is that I'm trying to look a little bit ahead with the Panthers. The Panthers, if they take another loss, they're out. They're going to be out of the playoffs, and I'm really hoping that Cam Newton can spark the magic in Carolina. They need more draft picks. They just need a big adjustment. But at the same token, they're not going to catch up in the NFC South.
No.
I would just pretty much write off this season. And so they're out. Buffalo's at home. It's going to be rowdy. Hopefully they'll get a win in. And the Panthers are going in the cold.
It's harder for those teams in the South to go up north.
Go up north. So it's going to be the Bills. So all three of us are going for the Bills. All right, next up we have an NFC East showdown. We have the Washington football team visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Washington football team fell a little short to the Cowboys, America's team. And the Eagles, at the same token, the Eagles have been kind of up and down.
Yeah, it depends on if Jalen Hurts is playing or if Gardner Minshew is playing. Like, they're two different teams.
So who are you going to take in this one?
If Gardner Minshew's starting, I'm taking the Eagles. If not, I'm taking Taylor Heineke. I don't know how you say his name.
Yeah, Heineke.
Heineke. I'm taking the Washington football team.
But is any update on McLaurin? Is he still hurt?
I have no idea. I know he went through concussion protocol. I don't know if he passed or not, though.
But they still got the dual running back system. But why did they struggle in Dallas? Can someone tell me why Washington was riding on the success, beating these teams, and then they played Dallas and
It's a rivalry game. It's
Yeah,
a classic rivalry game.
And that Cowboys defense was shutting them down. Just like the first half, I think Taylor Heineke completed less than 10 passes. It's like, it was crazy.
I'm calling it right now. Wichita Sportsfellas, I'm calling Michael Parsons needs to be the defensive player and rookie player of the year. I'm calling it out right now.
Hard to put a case against him.
Yeah.
It really is. He looks fantastic.
Imagine he would be in a Steeler uniform. Oh, it'd be a wrap.
It was close.
What would you guys do in the draft?
We took Najee at 22, 23.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yes,
Yeah.
Parsons was a number 1 pick. No, that's fine. So
Yeah.
the stars aligned themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're all taking you're taking the Eagles.
If Gardner Minshew starts, I'm taking the Eagles. If he doesn't start, I'm taking Washington.
Even if he does start, I think I'll go with the Washington football team on this one. It's a close game for me. Both teams have been doing pretty decent, and Gardner Minshew had a great game last game. So, yeah, I can see why you picked the Eagles. But I'm going to go out there, even without Terry McLaurin. I think they'll do good because Terry McLaurin's been pretty non-existent, I felt like.
He's
these past
struggled
couple weeks.
this year
Yeah,
a
he hasn't
little
been
bit.
getting targets as much. And they've been doing just fine without getting them targets,
The dimension of that team would be different if Logan Thomas was still there.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's been confirmed that he
ACL.
tore his ACL, and that sucks. So I'm a veteran of that myself. It sucks. So speedy recovery, Logan, from Wichita Sportsfellas. So if you ever want to come on the show in your free time, hey, we'll see you here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all. I'm taking the Eagles. They're at home.
Yeah, I'll take Washington on this one. Make it interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So now next up we have an AFC South showdown of the two terrible teams. The Houston Texans, shout out to our boy Chuck, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. So let's just get the drama out of the way. Coach Urban Meyer, I don't know what you're doing. You say that you do not argue with your players, but at the same time you're calling people out and you're showing no respect. You're not showing no consideration. I mean, this is your staff.
Yeah.
I'm not a coach. I mean, I've coached, but I'm not going to go around and start talking trash about my staff.
Right.
And at the same token, you had to have your quarterback talk to you and telling you why did you bench James Robinson? He is your star running back. What? Because he fumbled? Well, who other running backs in the league don't fumble? Your boy Edwards-Helaire fumbles.
He cost us a game on a fumble with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Mixon fumbled.
Fumble.
Ben Roethlisberger can't throw. I mean, Denver, I don't know. We got a list of things we know. But here's the thing. The Jaguars, it's like you see them on paper and they have the talent. I know you might think, no, they don't because they're 2 and whatever. But still, they're young.
Yeah.
I just don't feel Urban Meyer is the coach for them. If I was the owner, Mr. Khan, I would fire Urban Meyer, send him back to college, get someone that's eager to want to build from the ground up. Like in Kansas City, there's that coordinator.
Eric Bieniemy.
Give him an opportunity.
He's going to be at the top of a lot of people's list
And
2 weeks before the season's over.
And I don't see why not give. I wonder if Jack Del Rio would take a job back. I mean, he's been inconsistent with Jacksonville when he was a coach, but he's taken them to the playoffs. He has taken them to the AFC Championship. So his resume is good because he's a defensive-minded type of guy. But now that we're going back to here, both teams are not going to make the playoffs. So
No.
go ahead and pick a team.
I do football picks at work, and this was one of the hardest games for me to pick this week. I literally flipped a coin, and I feel like we talked about Urban Meyer, he is a first-year coach in the NFL. He's used to talking to college kids that can't say anything back, and he's kind of the king there. And now he's working with players that make more money than him, and they have to respect him. after throwing 4 picks last week, I'm hoping that, the Golden Child's going to have a better game, so I picked Jacksonville.
I'm gonna pick Jacksonville too. Even with Urban Meyer as that coach, they still have the talent in Jacksonville, and I don't know. I don't see the Texans having a win against them. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville too.
I'm going to go for the Texans because they both. I don't even know what to say. That's sad.
Yeah,
it's sad.
it's just like you just have to pick.
I don't have a punchline.
It's tough.
It's I'm over here have to grab another drink and still have to rethink about this. And I just don't see either. I mean, they both are terrible. They're both. What are they playing for? Or
Draft picks.
Draft picks. If the Jaguars wear all black jersey, I'm going for the Jags.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like
that.
I like that alternative black, so that'll work. Okay, I'll take the Jags. Fine. I said Texans, but I changed my mind. Jacksonville. All right. So next up, we have the NFC East showdown of the Dallas Cowboys going to MetLife to visit the New York Giants. We're all going to agree it's Dallas.
Dallas. It's a no.
It's going to be a Dallas. I mean,
Easy.
there's what are we going to argue about? I mean, is there any hope for the Giants? Okay, does anybody have a little ounce of hope?
No.
No, Saquon's been ever since he came back from that injury, he hasn't really been producing.
How many turnovers are the Cowboys going to force on New York?
Parsons, I give him 3 sacks.
Diggs might get 1. Did you see that play that Gregory made?
Yes.
How was that not number 1 on ESPN Top 10?
I don't know.
Deflected it, spun around, caught it, and ran
That's just
pay that man.
how do you pay that man, definitely. Well, Jerry Jones is very good when it comes to paying, but then when it comes to dividend times.
Don't ask Dak that.
Well, real quick, before we move on, is Zeke gonna stay with Dallas, or you seeing him getting cut?
Am I Jerry Jones right now, or am I Jerry's son?
I'm gonna let you be Jerry Jones.
If I'm Jerry Jones, he has 1 more year and then he's gone. He's not worth his money right now.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I see them keeping him 1 more year just because they give him that big contract. But if he doesn't produce, yeah, he's gone. He's out of there.
Because Pollard is playing like Zeke should be playing.
Exactly, and here's Jerry Jones. He's so mysterious. The way he does, especially when you listen to Terrell Owens, how he got cut, and then DeMarco Murray, all these players you thought they were going to be lifers.
Where?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did I say Murray? What did I say?
You said Murray, but then I said where when he ended up going to Denver. Remember that?
Well, that was a smart move. But that's just because they didn't want to pay him, and he was older. And I'm so glad that John Elway, after we got our butts kicked by the Seattle Seahawks in that Super Bowl, that they decided, hey, we need to put emphasis on defense. So thank you, Mr. Wade Phillips. I appreciate you and Gary Kubiak when you guys got together and told John Elway, hey, let us run this team. We'll get it figured out. So, yep, it's going to be Dallas. Okay,
Big time.
We'll leave it Dallas. All right, next up. Oh, here comes another one.
Yeah.
So we have the Arizona Cardinals visiting the Motor City of Detroit Lions. Detroit, I always, on this show, I have these high hopes for you guys. You guys have some terrible, heartbreaking losses, especially with the Baltimore. And then you lost to Minnesota, your arch rival in the division. And
Go ahead, say it,
guys,
Carlos. I'm ready. You tied the Steelers.
I want you guys to win. When I saw the Detroit Lions jacket on Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop, I thought the Lions were cool. Our Wichita native Barry Sanders. Any Detroit Lions will tell you, name me a player from Detroit. Predominantly, they're going to say Barry Sanders.
Well, new age kids will say Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Megatron.
I would have said Megatron.
I had his shoes, by the way.
Hall of Famer.
If you're old school,
Calvin
you would say Billy Sims.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the original number 20. Mm-hmm. But you guys, what are we going to do with you guys? I mean, you got Arizona coming into town. They're hurt from that loss, which I called the Rams, by the way. That was going to win. Thank you very much. Arizona's going to come in there, and they're going to beat the brakes off you guys.
Yes.
So,
there's
anybody,
no denying that.
any hope for the Lions fans?
No.
If Kyler Murray and James Conner and Christian Kirk and the whole defense doesn't show up, that's the only chance the Lions have.
Okay, well, we'll move on because why talk about it? All right, so another Okay, this might be a little interesting game. So next up, we have an AFC East divisional showdown. We have the New York Jets, the Jets, going to Miami. I'm going to Miami against the Miami Dolphins. Now, Eric, what do you see in this game?
I think the Dolphins have this game. It's at home. The weather's probably going to be nice. It might rain a little bit, but I mean the Jets are they're still trying to figure themselves out, and I believe the Dolphins have the game.
Yeah, bro. I think this is a no-brainer on the Dolphins. They've been doing great. They have a lockdown defense. Their offense has been picking it up too. Has been picking it up. Given Jalen Waddle's been phenomenal. So, yeah, Jets. They don't have any weapons at the moment. I think Michael Carter's still out this game. So, yeah, it's the Dolphins all the way, man.
So in this scenario here, Miami is still considered in the playoff hunt. Am I right?
I think just barely, yeah.
Barely. And Miami has had a string of wins.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing quiet. And they're going to go against a Jets team that's still, depleted. I don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, we'll take Miami. There's just why drag it out. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We have Chris's team. Shout out to you, Chris.
Shout out Chris with a K.
Oh, yeah, Chris with the K, man. The Cincinnati Bengals going to visit my team, the Denver Broncos. The Bengals have had some losses, and
they have the same record as the Broncos. They're both 7-6.
This is going to be a critical game. One side, you have the Bengals right close to where Baltimore is. Now, they need to beat Baltimore if they want. They're the only team that can rise up to the occasion and beat Baltimore. They still have one more game together, don't they? I believe so.
Who? Cincinnati and
the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be predetermined. Now, Denver, on the other hand, we still have hope. There's still hope. And if you laugh, I'm telling you, I'm going to pull the plug.
It's fine, bro.
I'm going to pull the plug.
Since the Raiders are losing, yes, y'all have hope. You have hope.
We have some hope here. I'm going to go ahead and start this off with Eric first. Eric, who are you taking and why?
This is tough for me. I got to go with my AFC North, man. I think the Bengals, Joe Burrow's been playing great lately. He really has. Their run game is good. Their defense is good. And Joe Burrow is doing a great job. The Broncos aren't bad. I just think the Bengals are going to win.
The Broncos aren't a bad team, but, man, I don't see them beating the Bengals right now. They have great offense, good defense. I just think, Joe Mixon has been productive the past 2 weeks, but, he's Joe Mixon. He'll produce still. I just think they're an overall better team, so I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay, so I'm going to put it out on the air right now. Both of you guys are blocked from my Facebook. So I'm going to give you guys the cold shoulder.
It's all right.
So don't even call me or nothing during the holidays, okay? Here's the thing. We're at home, and Denver fans, they're gonna be by their team. And unfortunately, the Bengals are more of a equipped team. They're younger, and Burrow's a better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know why Teddy Bridgewater. He's a good quarterback. It's just he just does not fit the Denver system. And hopefully in the mock draft, we'll pick up a quarterback that's going to be suited for our offense. Because the thing is, no one's going to duplicate Patrick Mahomes. It's like Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has his identity. Burrow has his identity there. Lamar Jackson has his.
But Carlos, real quick, coming out of the draft, who would you want to take? Who's the front runner?
You know who I like? I like that quarterback from Cincinnati.
Okay.
He's got an arm.
Okay.
Drew Lock, I said the same thing when he was in Missouri, but dang, this guy.
You're hitting me right in the feels.
Yeah.
Right in the feels.
Oh, yeah, he's a Mizzou fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my Mizzou fans.
Shout out to St. Charles. Shout out to Columbia.
I love the drive there. I love the drive because that's how you know you're on your way to St. Louis. When you drive and you see M-I-Z-Z-O-U. And I'm like, wait a second. Is that how you spell Missouri? No. I'm joking. Here's the thing. Denver, we need this win if they're going to make a spot in the playoffs. We're not going to get the division, so I will not go that far. I know. I could tell.
You
You
know
see,
who has
you
the
see that. You see how his
vision.
glasses,
Yeah.
he's fogging up a little bit.
That's the
slow
heat.
your horses. Slow your horses. Here's the thing. In my heart, I want Denver to win. Is just realistically, the Bengals got a better opportunity. So we'll just because if they can beat Denver, shut down their run game, take away their options, they're gonna have to get ready because they do have a date with the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's something that they need to be prepared for. So we're all going for the Bengals.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons going to visit the San Francisco 49ers. Garoppolo's playing much better.
Yep.
He's got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel.
Debo.
Brandon
Mitch-
Ayuk's been stepping up too.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Nick Bosa.
Defensively, yes. Here's the thing. 49ers are going to win.
Yep.
Move on. All right. So we have the NFC West Showdown. We have the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Los Angeles Rams at SoFi. So Russell Wilson is struggling. I'm not sure if Russell's finger, his throwing finger, is fully healed.
He came back fast.
I think so.
Came back fast.
And again, Tyler Lockett has stepped up. Thank you. He's getting in his points there. And also, DK Metcalf, not as strong, not as consistent.
I'm telling you, something is going on between him and Russell. You can't tell me otherwise.
I wonder if Russell Wilson told him that his hair dye is just terrible. Could that be? Or I believe in conspiracy theories. What if he caught DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson caught DK watching his Russell Wilson's wife Sierra's videos? That could be it too. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Shout out to all my fans in Seattle. Seattle's a fun place to go watch the games. But I'm just gonna leave that there on the table. I'm gonna let the audience and the viewers think that out because I mean there's a lot of because look on paper and look at the ratio. Who's getting more targets? The tight ends and Tyler Lockett.
Hey, I'm just saying, if the quarterback doesn't like you, you don't get touches. Figure it out. DK, figure it out.
All right, DK, you better get it together.
I got the Rams.
Okay, you.
I got Rams, man. That's a no-brainer.
All right, and I'm going to take the Rams as well. The Rams are playing a hot streak right now. They are right where they need to be, and they just need to collect some wins in Arizona to slip, and they can get the NFC West. I still think Arizona will because they're holding on, but they're going to be a dangerous team. Nobody's not going to want to play the Rams, especially with Odell stepping up, but Odell has COVID. So he's on the COVID list protocol. Yep. So
he'll be all right.
Yeah.
You got Cooper Kupp. He's the
that's
number
all you
one
need,
wide
man.
receiver in the league. And then Tyler Higbee, he's the third most receiving in that offense. It's just they're going to be all right.
Sonny Michel?
Sonny Michel has stepped
Shout out
up.
University of Georgia.
So is Van Jefferson. He had that 52-yard bomb.
How did we
the
forget?
other
Hey, Mr. Jefferson, I apologize. You have stepped up. You're in my fantasy league. Thank you. So, yes, it's going to be the Rams. We got the Rams. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This is an interesting game here. We have the Green Bay Packers going to Baltimore to face Eric's second favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Shout out.
All right, so, Eric, let's start this off with you. Aaron Rodgers, cerebral assassin. He's
a bad
collecting.
man.
He's just collecting.
He's a bad man.
He's a soul collector. I feel like he's like an Undertaker.
He really is.
I think he's.
Hey, straight face every time.
Oh yeah. Who are you taking and why?
This is tough for me. It really is because they've been playing good. I like the matchup with the Ravens safety and Devontae Adams because I think they'll be matched up the entire game. I forget the safety's name right now, but they're both very good. I usually lean towards defenses in the cold, but Aaron Rodgers plays in the cold all the time. So Aaron Rodgers on a hot streak right now. I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers too, bro. Aaron Rodgers is phenomenal, and Aaron Jones got 2 touchdowns last game, and he's back, and they still have A.J. Dillon. Their offense is just stacked, and it's
Lazard.
Lazard, and Lamar got injured last game, and he's trying to recover from that ankle sprain. We don't know if he'll be at 100%.
And Carlos, I'll give you the X factor. David Bakhtiari might be back for this game. The best left tackle in the game.
Oh, yes.
So if Aaron has his left tackle, his anchor on the line, hard to beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about your team. The other Eric behind the scenes, he's a big Packer fan. Shout out to the Big Pack. This is going to be a game where Baltimore, they need this win really bad. They need it. And Aaron Rodgers is going to come in there and destroy people's hopes and dreams. He's going to just go in there and pack all the Ravens, pack them all up. Say, hey, got to go. How are you going to beat Devontae? Who's going to cover Devontae Adams? Who's going to cover Lazard when he's doing his run? And then you got Dillon, and you also have Jones.
Mercedes Lewis.
And Mercedes Lewis has stepped up. That was a nice little catch of game against the Rams. It's going to be the Packers. So all three packs.
A.J. Dillon. Shout out A.J. Dillon, Boston College.
Oh yeah, the Golden Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay.
All-time leading rusher, Boston
Okay.
College.
All right. I still remember Doug Flutie when he was in Boston College.
Of course.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Got him drafted.
All right. So next up, we have the NFC South Showdown. This is going to be an interesting game. That's the Sunday night game. We have the New Orleans Saints visiting the Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, last year, the Saints swept them.
Yeah.
And here comes the divisional round, and Tom Brady, Thanos' younger brother,
He just shows up.
Just showed up, beat him when it mattered the
Shows
most.
up.
I'm going to start this off with you, Tristan. So the Saints, they got Kamara back. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Taysom Hill is going to be the starting quarterback, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
As
so.
far as I
yeah.
know, yeah.
Do you feel them going into Tampa and beating them this year like they did last year?
No. Tampa's on fire this year, man. Tom Brady still looks phenomenal, and his offense, his defense, everything about the Bucs is phenomenal. Top team in the NFC. So, man, I'm going with the Bucs on this one. I don't see the Saints going in there and beating them unless Alvin Kamara can step up, because I feel like Alvin Kamara is their only hope on that offense right now.
Yeah.
Right now with the problems going on with Antonio Brown, do you feel that they still need Antonio Brown?
No, they definitely don't. I feel like that's been proven.
I feel that Bruce Arians wants him out. He don't like Antonio Brown. That's been known. He don't want him.
Look, that was Tom. Tom pulled that string. Said, hey, look, I'll have him live at the house. I'll keep him straight for a year.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do good. He did good. They won the Super Bowl, and now he's like, okay, he's out the house now.
So that means
We don't need him.
Yeah, we don't need him.
Okay. I still like Antonio Brown. He's a gifted athlete. I just feel he makes so many mistakes that for us, we could sit here and question, what's wrong with you? But still, we don't know Antonio. So, Antonio, if you ever want to give us a holler on the show, talk to us. We'd like to know why you are the way you are. You don't need to go to ESPN. Just come local. We'll talk to you. You talk to us. And we'll figure you out, why are you doing the things you're doing? I mean, you have the success with one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game, and you're acting like this. We don't know.
Yep.
But anyway, so besides all that, you can go to Dr. Phil. We don't need to talk about your personal problems. I feel that Tampa Bay is going to get in there, and they're going to handle the business. So I'm taking Tampa.
I'm taking Tampa as well. I mean, Tom Brady is still showing. If you give him the ball with 2 minutes left and he's down, he's going to find a way to win. He just doesn't make mistakes in those critical moments, and that's what makes him, and I hate to say it, one of the best. He just doesn't make mistakes when the game is on the line.
How can we deny it? The guy's got 7 rings.
Yeah.
Debatable.
This guy.
I'm from St. Louis. I'm sorry.
Well, that was his first Super Bowl, and he didn't even do that good in that first Super Bowl anyway.
You don't have to do good when you tape the practices. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Wow. I do not support that message. I had no part in this. So, yeah.
Shout out to St. Louis.
All right. That's how we do it. Go Cardinals.
Go
In the
Cardinals.
Blues.
In the Blues.
No, soft spot for the St. Louis Blues because they won the Stanley Cup the year before.
2019.
Yeah, that was a good cup. Do you like hockey, by the way?
No, I don't watch hockey.
Oh my goodness.
My bad.
This guy.
All right.
I don't even know why I have him on the show. But anyways, all right, let's go ahead. Let's move on. So we have the Monday night game. We have the Minnesota Vikings going against their divisional rivals in the NFC North, the Chicago Bears. All right, this is interesting for the simple fact that Minnesota is now, they have all their players back except Thielen. We don't know, what's the update on Adam Thielen?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure either.
Oh well, what they've got Jefferson, Conklin, Davin Cook. And then defensively, I mean, they're still playing.
Harrison Smith.
And then what's his name? Jenkins? No, I can't remember his name. No, Lindrix.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chaz and the Viking fans,
Shout out
Greg
to
and
Chaz.
Todd. Yeah, the big Viking fans. Here's the thing: they're going to Chicago. They're going to take care of business. Chicago is in disarray. And I think this is going to be one of those games that Coach Nagy's going to be on his goodbye tour because I don't think they're going to keep him. Who are you taking?
Shout out to Alex Martin, my boy out there in Omaha. I'm going to take the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings. The only way I see the Bears beating the Vikings is if Justin Fields can step up and play phenomenally. Because I feel like I feel like he can be that franchise quarterback, but right now he's not looking like it. He just needs to step up, make something happen. But, Vikings, they have Dalvin Cook, played phenomenally. They've been doing good. Going with Vikings.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and give a quick and brief pause and give thanks to our following sponsors.